I wish to extend a warm welcome to everyone present, to our television viewers, to this August 11, 2016 meeting of the Board of Education. We're here to govern, provide management oversight, and make policy for the district. The superintendent manages the district. This is a meeting of the board and public, not a meeting of the public. This meeting is being recorded and will become part of the Elizabeth Board of Education permanent records. In order for that recording to record accurately, please refrain from talking while others are speaking. I also ask that you silence the sound of your electronic devices. Since it is legally mandated that these proceedings be accurately recorded, I may have to ask for order periodically should noise begin to interfere with recording capabilities. I am pleased that you have taken the time this evening to join us. Thank you for your interest in the Elizabeth Public Schools. There will be public portion for citizens to address the board. Participants for the public portion may sign up to the start of the public speaking portion so that they may have the opportunity to speak. The sign-in sheet states your name, address, telephone number, and a reason that the person wants to take a comment, whether it be an agenda item or general education comment. Roll call, please.
Amin.
Here.
Cabral.
Here.
Gonzalez.
Here.
Nera.
Here.
Nina.
Present.
Herrera. Rodriguez.
Here.
Padilla. Battles.
Here. At this time, I ask everyone to stand so we can do start the pledge of allegiance. I'm going to ask for stand there on to lead us, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, we'll have the Star Spangled Banner play.
Oh, say, can you see my wonder delight? What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched. Were so gallantly streaming, and rockets red dragons bursting in air, it proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the hope of the brave?
Thank you. At this time, we're going to have the Peruvian National Anthem.
La
Thank you. At this time, we're going to have the Ecuadorian national anthem.
Sus
Thank you. And lastly, we'll have the Indian National Anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा
Thank you. We can just put our hands together for a round of applause for all of our senators. At this time, we can just stand a little longer. I'm going to have Commissioner Stephanie lead us in our pledge of ethics.
As a member of the Public Schools professional learning community, I will treat people as I wish to be treated. To do that, I pledge to understand that the school community is a special place. Listen respectfully to speak in a calm voice and use proper language. Dress appropriately to teaching and learning. Inspire the best of myself and others by celebrating successes and learning big things. Care about others by demonstrating kindness. Be a lifelong learner by taking every opportunity to learn from others.
Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, we have a core release video. We believe all students can learn and achieve at high levels regardless of race, ethnicity, culture, neighborhood, household income, or homeland.
All in all, we will narrow the achievement gap of our students and provide them with high-quality education so that all our students are college and ready.
We believe teachers make a positive difference in student achievement. Teachers will prepare all students for success in college, career, and our technological role in society. We believe that teachers are central in a child's life. Having an effective teacher is the single most important factor in student success. We believe that effective leaders demonstrate unwavering commitment to high levels of achievement for all students.
Leaders will exemplify and support practices that promote high levels of achievement for all students.
Cherish everybody that's in this school, because you never know who the person's next to is going to be and how you're going to do that. And when you teachers, counselors, they're all great people that you need to know. You will come back here and do exactly what you do.
We believe that parents and caregivers are both valued partners and active participants in their children's learning. A shared sense of mutual responsibility for learning is the foundation of family involvement to ensure students' success.
We are committed to engaging parents and caregivers in their children's education. We will develop a coordinated strategy that enables parents and caregivers to play an active role in building and sustaining family support for their children's learning and academic success.
We believe that every member of the Elizabeth Public Schools team has a responsibility for boosting and supporting high levels of achievement for all students.
Every member of the Elizabeth Public Schools team will make a measurable contribution to the success and achievement of all students by ensuring equitable distribution of resources throughout the organization. Thank you. At this time, I'm going to ask my colleagues to join me in front, please. Good evening again, everyone. At this time, we just have a few presentations to the communities that were mentioned earlier. I'm going to have Commissioner Stephanie Gonzalez do the presentations before the Peruvian community.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. In celebration of Peruvian Independence Day, we congratulate the entire Peruvian community of Elizabeth, and we honor and recognize the Peruvian American residents of Elizabeth for their outstanding work and dedication to the community. In celebration of the anniversary of Peruvian independence, I present the certificate to Mr. Luis Palomino, President of Peruvians for Progress.
Everyone in the Peruvian community, please join us.
Here we go.
Congratulations.
the presentation of the Dominican Heritage Month.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
In celebration of the Dominican heritage and the contributions of the Dominican community of the City of Elizabeth, I present this resolution to represent the Dominican Parade and Festival of Union County. The City of Elizabeth is raising the Dominican flag tonight as the city gets ready to celebrate the Dominican heritage. Thank you.
There we go. All right. Somebody came over and did it all. Están todos ahí todavía. Yeah, we can all step down now. We're small. Don't forget to get dance shoes on it. You need it.
At this time, we have permission to stand in line to the presentation for the Indian Culture Society.
Good evening, everyone. We honor and congratulate the Indian Culture Society of New Jersey as they celebrate their culture and Indians' independence on August 15th. The Indian Culture Society of New Jersey proudly hosted the Ontario Festival at Dunn Sports Center in October. Representing the society is Mr. Pandu Sher. Please give him a big round of applause.
Everybody come on up. Do we want you to take a picture? Yeah. No, he'll take a picture for you. You come up here with us. Here we go. You get in the middle there. That's right. You're gonna plug it. Josh is buying dinner.
One more. Thank you.
Why did you bring it?
Thank you. Congratulations.
I will do the final presentation. I would like to congratulate. The final presentation is for the Ecuadorian community. I would like to congratulate the entire Ecuadorian community of Elizabeth in celebration of Ecuadorian Independence Day, which is held on August 10th. So anyone from the Ecuadorian community, just join us up here so we can take a picture, please. We would appreciate it. I don't think the representative is here. Oh, okay, great. No? Okay. So the person that's supposed to be here is not here today, so we'll be able to give her the certificate. Thank you. I would like to thank all organizations who are here tonight that focus on and sharing our rich culture and traditions. I would like to also invite everyone to attend our community health fair, which will be held this Sunday, August 14th, at Pablo Duarte Jose Martway, school number 28, located at 25 First Street, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. The health fair has been planned in collaboration of the Dominican Parade and Festival of Union County and Hispanic Health Professionals Association of New York. There will be blood pressure screening, diabetes and cholesterol screening, and many other resources for our community that can benefit from. I would also like to invite the community and members of our board to join the African American Heritage Day Parade Committee on our annual parade, which will be held on Sunday, September 18th at 2 p.m. at Union Square. At this time, the microphones are open for public comment for those who have signed in prior to this session. I shall call individuals to the microphone based on the order of the sign-in sheet. Each statement made by participants shall be limited to 3 minutes in duration. The total time of public comment shall be limited to 60 minutes. No individual is able to yield their time to another individual. All statements shall be directed to the presiding officer. No participants may address or question a board member individually. The following rules for public participation shall apply. Time limits will be strictly enforced. No personal attacks on individuals. No vulgar and indecent language. A person may address the board no more than once during a single meeting. Speakers should refrain from naming individuals, and comments or questions posed during public sessions will not be debated. As a reminder, this is a meeting of the board in public, not a meeting of the public. At this time, I call up Ms. Cunha-Moreira.
Good evening. At the last board meeting, July 21st, a resolution was passed recommending that Jennifer Cedeno, interim assistant superintendent for teaching and learning, be designated as deputy custodian of records. During that meeting, Commissioner Privado made a motion to have the resolution amended to be Dr. Cedeno, and rightfully so, as she worked hard to earn it. Then she asked that the word interim be removed from her title of assistant superintendent. Being interim is not just something you can add or take out. It would have the same effect as arbitrarily removing the term vice from vice principal. It would constitute a change in employment status that only the superintendent has authority to make. Dr. Cedeno was reappointed by Mrs. Cunha-Moreira as interim assistant superintendent at the June 19th meeting. Her employment contract was approved as such. In today's agenda, there is a resolution recommending that Dr. Cedeno finally be appointed as assistant superintendent for teaching and learning. The only problem? The board cannot make an appointment to any position other than the superintendent, the board secretary, or the board attorney. This current resolution does not be recommended by the superintendent. Mrs. Cunha-Moreira has the sole authority to appoint, and the board has the authority to approve. The resolution was clearly worded to conform to the legal requirements of the law. At that same board meeting, this board unlawfully appointed Mr. Jackson to 3 positions amounting to $55,755, one of which was head high school football coach, for which the current coach, Quinn, was not terminated. Another job title and position he received was a personal assistant, which is used exclusively in special education, where an individual education plan for a particular student in special ed calls for a personal assistant. We would like the superintendent to certify to the public and to the taxpayers that she in fact appointed Mr. Jackson to that position of personal assistant and assigned him to Halsey House, and that he will service full-time as a personal assistant to a child with special needs whose IEP specifically calls for the provision of personal assistant. If this certification is not made in writing by September 1st, then we will call for an investigation by the Office of the County Prosecutor. Mr. Williams is supposed to be advising the board members at every meeting. Attorney Williams is seated at the right hand of the president of the board. Why, I'm not sure, as the usual position is at the end of the dais, acting in an advisory position. Attorney Williams is acting as the 10th member by speaking, participating, and even assisting in the running of the meeting without being called upon by the president or the board.
Thank you. At this time, we'll call Ms. Lorenz.
Good evening. At the last board meeting, I spoke about choice and how some members of this board campaigned on change and transparency. I have done research on other districts and how they operate regarding committee meetings. The New Jersey School Board Association allows the district to choose making committee meetings public. In researching 8 different districts of various sizes, they choose to have public participate in their committee meetings. I also noted that the board members discuss items in committees and formally vote on them at board meetings. They also discuss issues which in the years of attending these board meetings seems more like a rubber stamp board more than votes on an agenda or non-agenda items without much discussion. Since you choose to not have the public participate in these committee meetings, you have also chosen to circumvent our right to public speaking and our input as parents of which 5 out of 9 of you are not. So what qualifies you to make decisions on our children without our input? Last year, Madam President, you reminded Mr. Bean, Madam Vice President, you reminded Mr. Bean that you ran on special needs January 2015. And this is what you said.
Good evening to all of you.
Oh, sorry, let me see to that part. You said about special needs and how you campaigned on it. Well, since then, we have been on special education committees that have met twice this year, and at the last board meeting, Mr. Rodriguez, the chairperson, gave a 22-second update. What are you doing? What changes have you made? You have essentially created a policy that hurts the parents by placing caps on evaluation, something that the previous board never did, and you amended a policy that before read that the PTO must recommend to now principals in a child study team, essentially making this policy worse and circumventing parents' right to choose. Do any of you have a special needs child? Do you understand what you're doing? There's only one qualified person on this board, Mr. Pereira, to give input, and he's excluded from the special ed committee. Meanwhile, those without kids and special needs or otherwise are making radical, hurtful, and irresponsible decisions. I want this board to understand that as a mother of 2 special needs kids, I have sat here and watched several of you use special needs as a platform along with the children as political props. I believe that the district does that all means all. Unfortunately, it is easier said than done. The board has allowed inequity to permeate our schools because many students' quality of education depends heavily on their zip code. I strongly believe that you all should be listening to the input of a community of parents that know best for their children. So I ask you again, Madam President, your commitment to transparency and to choose for committee meetings to be open to public participation. Does anyone here think that it's appropriate for you not to attend a committee meeting and not give your input? And that if you're a special needs parent, that they have to go ahead and have a school administrator go ahead and choose for you? I just want to wrap up my sentence, Madam President. Do any of you?
Thank you.
Ms. Barrett? Ms.
Thank
Margosa?
you.
Does anybody
Thank
here?
you. Your time is up.
I think I wanted to tell you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, I'm calling Jacqueline Fernandez.
Public has no voice because the district wants to circumvent it. That's the problem. District running the district.
I'm a single parent of 2 girls. I grew up in sunny New Jersey where I was so blessed to begin preschool and end high school where I received an intense and rigorous education. I was ecstatic to share the same education that made graduating college degrees with my daughter, who will be going to 4th grade this September. Due to financial reasons, we had to move to Elizabeth. My daughter entered school number 23 in March of 2016. Through my research, including greatschools.org, I saw that not only were the test scores failing, but there were numerous reviews on poor leadership and bullying. The day I dropped her off, I was informed she would not even be in the main building, but in the annex building that they shared with the Board of Education. Where adults of any sort can come in and out, this was due to overcrowding. I was even more distraught. The biggest blessing was when I picked her from school and she told me she liked it. I couldn't have received better news. I told myself I will not judge the school from previous reviews and will see what the future of this school holds for my child. A few weeks later, the bullying started. My daughter came home crying almost every day. By the time I would get home from work, she would already be in bed. She was getting hit and teased by 4 different boys on a daily basis. The teacher never once informed me. She can't concentrate on her schoolwork because of the boys bothering her. The fact that she told me she stopped telling her teacher about the boys harassing her because she never does anything hurt her. It is not until someone is beat up, killed, or becomes suicidal that things come to light and all of a sudden people want to take action. My sole purpose of taking this step is that all I want for my child is to be given a chance and opportunity to succeed and receive a great education like promised. She cries almost every day when getting ready for school. At the end of the day, when I drop my child off, I feel it is the teacher and school's job to protect her. They can't do that, so who am I to drop my child off after she's told her teacher repeatedly and has told me, am I supposed to fail her too? That makes me equally accountable. Who will she be able to run to then? How is Elizabeth's motto, all for all? Is it not your statement that the concept of high expectations as promised on the belief that our failure to hold all students to high expectations effectively denies them access to a high-quality education, since the educational achievement of students tend to rise or fall in direct relation to the expectations placed upon them. Great leaders are committed to excellence and equity, find a way for all students to achieve high levels of academic success, regardless of any student's race, ethnicity, culture, neighborhood, income of parents. I would never think that living in this so-called land of dreams and opportunity that my child, a U.S.-born citizen, is being set up for failure. Please tell me how it is okay with anyone on this board to allow innocent children of our future to attend, or matter of fact, have a failing school in general. Don't you think that it is a vast number of schools in your city that have failing tests for average, that something is wrong? It's not the schools that are failing, you are failing. You who made a promise to these parents are failing us, the city, and our children. My child should not have to pay or be set up for failure because I don't have the finances to live in a better area that's coming. I'm disgusted at the fact that
I'm sorry, but your time is up.
You're rude. You are so rude.
I'm in
So rude. Let her finish her statement. Remember that from November 8th. They don't care.
Again, in the instructions that I read, it said that each person had 3 minutes to read.
You can let them finish.
Thank you.
You want the
At
public
this
to
time, our last speaker will be Maria Maderos.
They don't want the public's input. That's why they're doing this, especially letting the district pick so that they can go ahead and manage it. Good evening.
This is ridiculous. You come into a school board, bullying going on, bullying from you guys to parents, parents with you guys. Kids are getting bullied everywhere. When does it stop? When do you become a whole and work together to stop what's going on? Recently, I've been bullied on social media by Jose Rodriguez's little pet Sylvia. I didn't appreciate that because my 16-year-old grandson seen it and my kids seen it. And that's hurtful. So if nobody wants dirty laundry out there, don't attack. Because I'm vicious with attacking right back. We're all running a campaign. Let's keep it clean. Let's stop this slander. Let's stop this social media. Because it's not only that you're hurting me because I'm a grown-up, but when it affects my children. My 27-year-old had to come to me yesterday and cry because he seen the nasty things that Jose Rodriguez had his little pet doing. And if you don't want the ugliness in which I have all the text messages with you and your little pet, I suggest it stops. Because you're not going to hurt yourself, you're going to hurt Mr. Navon and Mrs. Barbosa. So I suggest let's stop this bullying that's going on in social media because we're all grown-ups. Years ago, I used to be the radical person. I used to come in here, yell, and scream. I'm 51 years old. I have to set the best example I can for my grandchildren. And it's hurtful that I have to attack somebody because they attacked me. I'm not here to be attacked. But I could get ugly too. I could go through everybody's past. They came out trying to say that I have a criminal record. I'm clean. I'm clean as a whistle. They try saying, hey, Mr. Jose, your friend turned around and says I'm a gang member. I have no gang tattoos. I was never affiliated or police saying Maria De Rossi is affiliated. And as for my organization, it's not my organization. It's the Ecuadorian organization. My name is not even part of it. Yes, I am the founder. But you know something? It's not a campaign thing. I could care less. I do more for the people for this city. I don't take pictures, I don't take recognition. Because what my heart says, I'm giving back to the community what the community gave to me and my family. So you know something? As I'm saying, we're all grown-ups. We all have a lot of skeletons in our closets, Rodriguez. Please, don't let me start opening up the closets.
Thank you.
Keep your pet away from me.
At this time, I close the public portion of the meeting. The president requests a motion to go into private session to consider matters exempt under the Open Public Meetings Act, specifically for discussion of personnel, specifically supplemental personnel reports, interviews, grievances, increment withholding, settlements, specifically NO, MP, CR, HR, CB, and KB. Legal matters, specifically special education, AH, AB, and workers' compensation matters, specifically LM, LS, LHS, CK, NB, KG, and PS. The board will reconvene in public to take formal action. May I have a motion to go into private session, please?
Motion to go into private, second.
Second to go into private. Roll call, please.
Amin.
Yes.
Cabral.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nera.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Abstain.
Patton.
Yes.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Present, yes.
Patton.
Yes. At this time, we have Commissioner Stan Nera read the resolution, please. Yes.
Thank you, Madam President. Board of Education resolution, appointment of acting principal, recommendation that James Montezia be appointed as acting principal of Tucson Overture Marquis Lafayette School number 6 on a 12-month basis effective August 17, 2016, of a salary of $115,000. I so move this resolution.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded to accept the resolution. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Amin.
Yes.
Cabral.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nera.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes. At this time, I'm going to have Vice President Lorenz read the resolution, please.
Recommendation that Dr. Michael P. Wansoff be appointed as principal of Benjamin Franklin School number 13 on a 12-month basis effective August 17, 2016, with a salary of $115,000. I make a motion.
Second.
Has been moved and properly seconded to accept this resolution. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Amin.
Yes.
Cabral.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nera.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes. At this time, we have Commissioner Dan read the resolution, please.
Appointment for Vice Principal. Recommended that Paul E. Murphy be appointed as Vice Principal of John E. Dwyer Technology Academy on a 12-month basis effective August 17, 2016. Motion.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded to accept this resolution. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Amin.
Yes.
Cabral.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nera.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes. At this time, I'm going to
Rich Farrell be appointed as vice principal of Woodrow Wilson School Number 19 on a 10-month basis, effective September 1st, 2016, salary of $92,500. Motion to approve this resolution?
Second.
Is it moved and properly second to accept this resolution? Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Aaron.
Yes.
Dean.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Bathurst.
Yes. At this time, we have Commissioner Emily Amin to read the resolution, please.
Appointment of acting principal. Recommend that Emily Rodriguez Salcedo be appointed as acting principal of Juan Pablo Duarte José Marquez School Number 28 of a 12-month basis.
Motion.
Second.
Is it moved and properly second to accept the resolution? Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Aaron.
Yes.
Dean.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Bathurst.
Yes. At this time, I'm going to have Commissioner Jose Rodriguez read the resolution, please.
Thank you. Board of Education resolution, appointment of vice principal, recommended that Marlenis Luneta Teixeira be appointed as vice principal of Charles J. Hudson School Number 25 on a 10-month basis effective September 1st, 2016. I so move this resolution.
Second.
Is it moved and properly second to accept this resolution? Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Aaron.
Yes.
Dean.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Bathurst.
Yes. At this time, we have Commissioner Carlos Trujillo read the resolution, please.
With pleasure, Madam President. Board of Education resolution, appointment of vice principal. Recommended that Cherry Cole be appointed as vice principal of Nicholas Murray Butler School Number 23 on a 10-month basis effective September 1st, 2016 at a salary of $94,609, subject to corrections of errors and negotiations. I move this resolution.
Second.
Is it moved and properly second to accept this resolution? Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Aaron.
Yes.
Dean.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Bathurst.
Yes. At this time, we're going to have Commissioner Paul Pereira read the resolution, please.
Sure. Board of Education resolution, appointment of vice principal. The board recommends that Mona Juanes be appointed as vice principal of Thomas A. Edison Career Technical Academy on a 12-month basis effective August 17, 2016 at a salary of $111,760, and this is subject to correction of errors and negotiations. I so move this resolution.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second to accept this resolution. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Aaron.
Yes.
Dean.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Bathurst.
Yes. And final resolution, we want to have Vice President Maria Cavallo, please.
Appointment of vice principal. Recommended that Dahlia Morsi El Karabi be appointed as vice principal of Dr. Albert Einstein Academy, School Number 29, on a 10-month basis effective September 1st, 2016, with a salary of $93,500. I make this motion.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second to accept this resolution. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Cabral.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Aaron.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Passes.
Yes. Congratulations to all our appointees. At this time, I'm going to have Pete Bossler come up to do his HIV report, which is under tab 4D.
Thank you. Good evening, board members, Superintendent Hugelmeyer, fellow staff, and public. This evening, there are no new HIV investigations to present, given it's the summer recess, so you're just voting on cases that were presented to you at the meeting from last month. The 25 cases you found it, so you're just voting on those cases for this evening, and be reported for this evening. Any questions? Have a good evening, Mayor.
Need someone to move the resolution 4D, please.
Move 4D. Second.
Is it moved on second to accept the HIV report? Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Cabral.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Aaron.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Passes.
Yes.
Tab 1A, Board of Education minutes for July 13th and July 29th.
Move the minutes.
Second.
Is it moved on second to accept the minutes for July 13th and July 21st? Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Cabral.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Aaron.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Abstain.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Abstain.
Passes.
I would like to abstain to July 13th and yes to July 21st. Also want to thank Vice President Kamala for stepping in for me when I wasn't feeling well last month. Tab 1B, Treasurer's Report.
Move the report.
Second.
Is it moving on second to accept the report? Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Abstain.
Cabral.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Aaron.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Abstain.
Passes.
Yes. Tab 2A, Personnel Report.
Move the report.
Second.
Is moving on second to accept the personnel report. Any comments or questions?
Madam President.
Yes, Mr. Trujillo.
I have a question. Let me get the page. Just so, I have two questions actually. I see that we are bringing online 4 custodians. I'm on page 9. My question is, are these being properly posted? And how are these people being chosen?
The positions were posted for custodians, and the process involved the director of plant and property, together with our assistant superintendent of human resources, and conducted the interviews.
Okay. I have a concern about the bus driver, and I'd like you to look into this. I'd like this board to consider holding this off, because my concern is that this gentleman has just received his driver's license, and he may or may not be, have the skills to drive with children. Although he may be certified, I don't think he has the experience. And I'm concerned to put a busload of kids with somebody who's never driven with kids before for the first time. Could you confirm, or if that's the case? Are we aware that he's a first-time driver and he's not experienced as a school bus driver with children?
Well, I understand he does have experience. I understand his license has expired and he renewed his license. So he's properly licensed to drive a bus.
My question is not whether he's properly licensed, I'm sure he is. My question is whether he has experience driving a bus with children. There's a big difference in driving a bus and driving a bus with children.
Sure is.
Do you know if he has any prior experience driving with children? You're making a recommendation to hire a bus driver?
I believe he does, but I would say I don't have his file.
Okay, so Matt? I would, if that would be possible, yes. I would like to table that. I don't know what the next scheduled meeting is, if it'll be time for him to start with. Okay, if that's okay, I make a motion that we table it.
Just for clarity, I need a second. Wait, just for clarity, we're tabling just the bus driver, right?
Yes.
Yes. I second that.
It's moving on the second to table the recommended person to look into. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nera.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Ferrer.
This is for the table?
Yes.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Adams.
Yes. 2A is already moved, so if there's any other questions or comments, I'll do roll call.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nera.
Yes. I'm sorry. With 2A? Okay, yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Ferrer.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Say.
Adams.
Abstain. Tab 2B, supplemental personnel report. Yes.
Before we do, I spoke to the superintendent I spoke to the superintendent on page 7 of 2B. You guys can take a look. Underneath custodian, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth name, and then the sixth name. I'd like to amend that. Here it says Elizabeth High School, Frank J. Ciccarello on the fourth name, and then under the sixth name, if you see again, at Elizabeth High School, Frank J. Ciccarello Academy. I'd like to amend that. It's actually now building 90, which is actually going to be the new AOF. I just checked to make sure it was just it was a mistake, so if we could amend to be to change those names or those places where they're moving.
Oh, so they're not going to the main,
No, so the confusion was, it used to be old Elizabeth High School, I guess, somewhere got confused where it's actually the new AOF, also known as the old upper. So, instead of Frank J. Ciccarello, it should really say, the building is called Building 90, or really AOF. So this person should move from AOF to 5, and then the second person would move from 5 to AOF. Yeah, we can have that amended. The second thing is, before we do that too, is I'd like to make a motion to table, same page, second name of the custodian, table that, and also the seventh name of the table. So table second.
I'm sorry, where are you?
Page 7.
Page 7 still.
On what tab?
2B.
Want to make a motion to table the second person under custodian and the seventh person under custodian.
The transfer?
7.
Yes, the transfers.
Transfer to custodian?
The second name, Gerardo and Camila to, Gerardo.
The last person on the sheet or the second to last person? The last.
Yes, we could table those two. So at first, I'd like to make a motion to table those two transfers.
Second?
Is it moved upon the second to table the two names that Commissioner Rodriguez stated on page 7? Roll call, please.
Yes. Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nero.
Yes.
Mina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Padilla.
Yes.
Backwards.
Yes.
And then I'd like to make a motion to move tab 2B as amended.
Second?
Is it moved upon the second to accept tab 2B as amended? Any comments or questions?
I have a question. The first amendment,
So, the name Antonio and Joseph, they have, what's it called, they're switching, but they're not switching from Elizabeth, they're not switching out of the Frank J. Ciccarello Academy. It's a poodle now called building 90, but it's the old cover, now the new AOF.
I think we'll have to probably table that until we have that verified. Because it's completely saying a different building, and who knows what whoever, I guess, stated that we.
so how should the first one read?
It would say Antonio, custodian head from technically building 9, also known as the Academy of Finance, to School 5. And then Joseph, custodian head, School 5, transfers to custodian head, Academy of Finance, School Up, building 9. Instead of Frank J. Ciccarello, those two names should be Academy of Finance.
No, my question is, how do we know, like, let's say, for instance, if that's not the new building, if that's on the online here?
I'm sorry, Mr. Pereira, we can't hear that.
No, I'm saying like the name, I'm assuming that that name is referring to the new building that's opening up this year, or not?
Mistakenly, it's referring to that. Correct. The transfer is supposed to be for old operating and new We have a head custodian that was transferred to.
But it's currently being Frank Ciccarello, right?
No, AOF. The move should be between AOF and School 5.
AKA Frank Ciccarello? Is that be better?
Policy.
AKA Upper Academy. I mean, I think they're gonna know where they're gonna work.
AKA Old School 22, AKA...
I think we're arguing semantics. That's, whatever you like, man.
They call it Building 9.
Yes.
Building 90, let's
That's
just
not
go with that, all right?
where the new School 22 is going to be built up there. So it's got to be up there. I spoke with Ms. Cunha-Moreira about it, and it was just a mistake. So, I mean, we can wait till the 25th, but then these gentlemen will not be able to get into their schools.
Mr. Rodriguez, Madam President, with all due respect, I don't think we need to, if you like, I support your motion. I don't think that we need to stop this for a clerical error. I think it can be corrected right here, and we can move ahead with the move.
The report,
correct me if I'm wrong.
the report is subject to correction of error, so I think we corrected it.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Did we get a second on the amendment?
That was Mr. Trivio.
Okay. Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nara.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Atkins.
Abstain. Tab 2C, supplemental personnel report, transfer as amended.
Move the report.
Second. It's moved and probably second to accept the supplemental personnel report. Any comments as amended? Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Abstain.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nara.
Yes, except for number 3. And 3 on page 1. And 9 on page 2. And I'm saying for those two.
Thank you. Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Abstain.
Atkins.
Yes. Tab 3, tuition report. Move the report.
Second.
Is it moved and probably second to accept the tuition report? Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nara.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Atkins.
Yes. Tab 4A, superintendent's report, considerations.
Second. Move the report.
Second. Is it moved and probably second to accept the superintendent's considerations? Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nara.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
I'm sorry, which tab is this?
4A.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes. Thank you.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Atkins.
Yes. Tab 4B, superintendent's report, use of facilities.
The report.
I have a question as well.
Yes, Mr. Rodriguez.
On the second page, Mr. Lamar, on the second page, number 8, it says request from Georgian Court University for the use of cabinet finance classrooms. August 30th, 2016 to June 28th, 2017. If I look in the contract, their contract actually asks for all the way up to 2018. So if you flip back to where their actual request is, which is the last one in this package, right before 4AB, you guys take a look, the second page of the contract that they're asking from us says October 17th of 2018. If we were to approve 4B as is, are we technically amending their contract to say that we're only giving it to them until the end, until 2017? Or are we actually obtaining their original contract?
We communicated with them that we couldn't go beyond June 30th of 17. So we would have to go, that would be what the contract would be, and then come back to continue to go.
Okay, so the contract is what we say on 4B, that
Correct, that's what we communicated.
Okay, I appreciate it.
What kind of, do we know what kind of institution this is? Is this nonprofit? What is it used for?
It's for, well, Mr. Question, Georgian Court use of facilities.
What's the question, Ken?
What is Georgian Court using our facilities for?
We're teaching graduate courses.
It's a nonprofit.
Available to, hopefully, to our employees.
So the program is supposed to help our employees.
Yes, to obtain graduate.
Oh, so they're doing that. So they'll make money, but they help arm things instead of going down. So,
Yes.
They're non-profit.
Yes, it says that.
Mr. Foster, so there's no offer to our employees for free, like classes?
No, they want to use our facilities and at the same time provide an opportunity for our staff members to take classes here in our district rather than have to travel to Georgia.
But they're gonna charge our staff members, right?
Sorry?
They're gonna charge our staff members?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, but they're a non-profit, so therefore, I mean, they're usually, it's not like, it's just like even when we allow like schools that do sports, if they have a fee-based service, it's, as long as they're not using it for financial gain or anything, the money that we spend on a year basis, and it's labeled a non-profit, then it should be okay.
Everybody's the right. Can I move the report with waiver of all fees?
Is it moving on the second to accept the resolution with the waiver of all fees? Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nana.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Moreira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Bath.
Yes. Tab 4BG, Supplemental Superintendent's Report.
Second.
It's been moved on the second to accept this resolution. Any comments or questions?
I'm sorry, you said 4B?
4BB.
Oh,
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nana.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Moreira.
yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Bath.
Yes. There's no 4C. Tab 4A, Superintendent's Report.
Thank you, Madam President. The Office of Fiscal Accountability and Compliance Special Investigations Unit has completed its investigation regarding the alleged breach involving the Christopher Columbus School Number 15, 2013, New Jersey Assessment of Skills and Knowledge for Grade 8. As a result of the investigation, the Office of Fiscal Accountability and Compliance could not substantiate the allegations cited in the complaint. Therefore, the Office of Fiscal Accountability and Compliance considers the case closed. The Office of Fiscal Accountability and Compliance has provided a copy of the closeout letter, and in accordance with NJAC 6A:23A-5.6, the board must publicly review and discuss the findings of the investigation at a public meeting of the District Board of Education no later than 30 days after receipt of the findings. A copy of the signed resolution was then sent to the Office of Fiscal Accountability and Compliance within 10 days of the adoption by the District Board of Education. So I'd like to be able to present the findings of this case this evening. During the administration of the New Jersey Assessment of Skills and Knowledge on April 30th, 2013, a teacher in the Division of Research Evaluation and Assessment conducted a standard security check at Christopher Columbus School Number 15. When she looked into room 4, she noticed the examiner was speaking to a female student and pointing to the student's test booklet and answer folder while the test was being administered. Test examiners and proctors are not permitted to provide assistance or coach students in any way. It's also imperative that the test environment remain undisturbed. Therefore, if something was unacceptable If something unacceptable appears to be taking place, it is to be immediately reported to the district test coordinator, who in turn reports the incident to the superintendent's office. Also to the Office of the Executive County Superintendent, as well as the New Jersey Department of Education Office of Assessments. On this particular date, oversight is being provided to the Division of Research Evaluation and Assessment by one of our assistant superintendents. And as a member of the Division of Research Evaluation and Assessment, the incident was reported to the assistant superintendent. Additionally, the report of the incident was also forwarded to the above referenced offices. That following week, the Union County Education Specialist conducted her preliminary fact-finding investigation, and that took place on May 6th. The typical sequence of events for a self-reported incident are as follows. The incident is observed, the incident is reported to the school test coordinator and the district test coordinator. The district test coordinator reports the incident to the superintendent, to the county executive superintendent, and the New Jersey Department of Education, Office of Assessments. A preliminary fact-finding investigation is completed by the county education specialist as quickly as possible, and this typically occurs within 1 week. The county education specialist reports the collected information to the New Jersey Department of Education, Office of Assessments, and the New Jersey Department of Education will simultaneously determine if the incident warrants further investigation by the Office of Fiscal Accountability and Compliance, and request the district create a corrective action plan to prevent the same issue from occurring again. The corrective action plan will either be accepted or returned for edits and then accepted, and the Office of Fiscal Accountability and Compliance will then conduct an investigation if that has been determined. And if not, the process ends with the approval of the corrective action plan. For this case, it was determined that the Office of Fiscal Accountability and Compliance should investigate further. This letter informs us that they concluded that the actions taken at the time of the breach of 2013, including the corrective action plan, were sufficient, and as a result, the case has been closed. And just to provide details with regard to this the corrective action plan, the actual finding, as stated previously, was an alleged security breach regarding an examiner providing assistance to the student during testing. The corrective action that was taken, the teacher involved would be required to attend district-level examiner training in addition to the training provided by their STC, and additional training would emphasize teachers not helping students in any way. Such actions would be considered as willful, unethical practice and would result in disciplinary consequences. The person responsible was our Director of Research Evaluation and Assessment that was overseeing ensuring that this corrective action plan was followed in the bill, and the date of completion was 2013-14 school year. This case is now closed, and this concludes the report to the public. Thank you.
Tab 5, authorization report.
Move report. Second.
Is it moved on the second to accept this resolution? Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Abstain.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nara.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Moreira.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Abstain.
Back.
Yes. Tab 5A, supplemental authorization report.
Move the report.
Second.
Is it moved on the second to accept this report? Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Abstain.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nara.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Moreira.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Abstain.
Back.
Yes. Tab 6, finance and accounting report.
Move the report. Second.
Is it moved on the second to accept the finance and accounting report? Any comments or questions?
Yes, Madam President.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
I'd like to point out item number 12. Ronaldo and Associates. I'm glad to see that they're getting paid the $178,522.80 that they're owed. It is my understanding, at my last board meeting, I was sitting here during our break, and the attorney came up to me, and the gentleman was sitting next to me, and he complained how they had not been paid their money owed, and we may have to go to the press about that. I'm glad to see that he's getting paid, and the money that he's owed, and I hope Mr. Rodriguez percent is total for the month. We're paying that. I have a question for Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, the item number 2, the Aloha Law Firm. The Aloha Law Firm, for full disclosure, I used the Aloha Law Firm. It was provided to me as I was called as a witness in an ongoing case in the district. I know we paid them last month. I want to make sure that this bill here, I want to see the bill. I want to make sure that they didn't bill the district $5,800 or whatever it was last month just to go to court with me for, it was about an hour, maybe an hour phone consultation. I'm sure it's not, but I want to make sure that, we're fully transparent here. I find that to be excessive for the work we did. I mean, I spoke to the attorney maybe 3 times on the phone, briefly, and he went to court, and we waited there 2 hours with me or something. Could you please provide me with a copy of the itemized bill? I know I ask all the time, I'm not getting the stuff I'm asking for. It's getting frustrated, I'm still asking. So, on the record, I'd like to ask it, okay?
I think you said you were addressing that question to me, Commissioner. If you're asking for copies of the legal bills from the Aloha Law Firm that are on the agenda for approval.
I'm sorry, Mr. Williams, I'm having trouble hearing you.
I'm sorry, if you're asking of me for copies of the bills from that law firm, all the bills have been reviewed and approved. You certainly are entitled to take a look at them. It's my understanding that that law firm provided legal services on behalf of other district employees in addition to yourself as commissioner. Other employees were also participants and witnesses in the same case. Those bills have been reviewed, you're entitled to look at them, but it is on the agenda for approval tonight.
Okay, I accept your answer. I'd like to see those. I want to see an itemized bill, see how much of that $5,894.02 and what was previously billed last month. Anything that has to do with me in particular, I can't speak for anyone else. Any billing that has to do with myself, that I want to see. I want to see what it costs to represent me. I need to tell the people that I work for.
Mr. Kennedy, we have copies of the bills for Commissioner Trio to look at. No problem.
Sir.
Thank you.
Madam President, Council President. In regards to Commissioner Trujillo, item number 12, Ronaldo Associates. This was a matter that was taken upon the old attorney. John, can you explain that?
I can, yes. The matter that item 12 addresses, there's a couple of comments that I'd like to make. Commissioner Trujillo, you'll recall I was sitting with you when Mr. Ronaldo approached and asked about the status of his bill. What we learned is that he had never submitted the bill, and it was paid promptly once he sent a copy of it to the district. The second thing is, that is the matter arising out of the Davila matter, which, as Commissioner Nina points out, is the matter where the judgment was for, I think it's elsewhere.
$26,000.
Yeah, it's on the 25, it's on the list, it's number 8. The judgment was for $25,000. The legal bills that we had to pay to Ronaldo, that number speaks for itself. And the district spent a total of $500,000, closer to $6,000, in total legal bills defending that case over a number of years. Commissioner, you knew that? That was the point you were trying to make?
Yeah, so basically, the $25,000 settlement could have been taken care of, but the old attorneys decided to keep it in-house and bill over $400,000, and the defendant, Ronaldo, we had to pay that also. So,
Mr. Woodard, can you explain to me how the in-house attorneys bill? I don't think we ever, I think our in-house attorneys have never made $400,000. They probably live here.
I think Commissioner Nina's reference to in-house attorneys referred to outside counsel that defended the board in that matter. In speaking with Mr. Ronaldo about his bill and about the case itself, he did indicate to me that there were efforts made to settle that case at several different stages along the way, including participation by judges who reviewed the case for settlement. All of those settlement efforts were not explored or responded to by the district, which led to a trial, which led to the $25,000 judgment, which led to the award of counsel fees, and which led to the total expenditure of close to $600,000 on that matter. It was outside counsel. The in-house counsel, as you correctly point out, they were on salary, but they quickly sent that matter to the LLC law firm.
Can I ask you a question, Mr. Williams, about that? That's an interesting point, because I wondered, one can assume from the way you're explaining it that there was perhaps a malpractice, an attorney malpractice. Did they give us bad advice? You're saying Mr. Ronaldo with associates perhaps mishandled the case, and they should have recommended that we settle it sooner?
I think you are confusing the firms. Ronaldo represented the plaintiff.
Okay.
So we were defended.
Who's an employee?
Yes.
Okay.
We were defended by another law firm, and the most confusing part of the Davila matter is not the exorbitant amount of legal fees that were expended defending and litigating a case that should have been settled. The most confusing part is that we had insurance for that case. If the matter had been sent to the insurance carrier, number one, it would have been settled for a much lower amount. And the legal fees would not have been incurred, and we would not have laid out that much money for outside counsel. As far as your question about malpractice goes, I would have to undertake a review of the file to confirm the anecdotal information that I've been given about the way the case was handled. But in terms of why it didn't go to the insurance carrier, I don't know that there's anything in the file or anything that I can examine that would answer that question. I have no answer to that.
I understand. Okay, I would like that you do review that and see if there's any way that we can recuperate some of this money. Is Ronaldo associated anyway with the Court Bundy variant?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that question?
Is Ronaldo associated in any way with the Court Bundy variant?
No.
To entities in it. So no, because the gentleman when he spoke, he gave me the impression, you were there, I don't know what impression you walked with, as if they had some kind of understanding, they were getting paid, and they wanted the Court of Bundy to pay them.
Mr. Barrett, in his capacity as co-general counsel to the district, reviewed the application for court award of counsel fees, reviewed the matter, and they represented the district in responding to the motion and demand for payment filed by Ronaldo.
Okay. Thank you.
As far as reviewing it any further, I'm happy to do it, but I really think that might fall into the category of continuing to spend.
Well, you know, yeah, you're right.
I mean,
but when you make the argument you're making that it could have been settled for a lot less, you have to wonder if maybe we got bad advice and it was mishandled. So if there was some type of way of proving your theory that it would have been settled for a lot less, right? We're talking a substantial amount less, you throw out some real big numbers there, it may be, well, you know, a couple hours of your time or whatever it costs for you to do. I mean,
No, you're right.
you know, to look at it and see if we can recuperate some of this money.
Yeah.
If it was malpractice, I mean, you know, attorneys make mistakes, and sometimes maybe they should have handled it different. Like you said, there's insurance, maybe they gave us bad advice.
It clearly warrants further review. You're right. You're 100% correct. The amount of the settlement was always related to the amount of the judgment. The plaintiff won. He proved his case. He got $25,000. The travesty is the expenditure of legal fees in getting to that point when the same $25,000 could have been spent to settle the case without incurring legal fees. So I'll take a look at it.
You did catch yourself, right there, Mr. Loon. You almost walked away from work. You almost said no, and you walked right back into the work. No, I'm just teasing you.
No, I know you are. It's okay. You can tease me as much as you want about legal bills. It's okay. Our legal bills are doing okay. A lot less than others.
Kevin, should someone move the resolution?
Yes, it's been moved and seconded.
Seeing no other questions, roll call please.
Amin.
Abstain.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nera.
Yes.
Medina. Yes. Ferrer.
Yes, with a note on the vote.
Trujillo.
No.
Bathurst.
Yes. Tab 6A, supplementary finance report.
Move the report.
Second. Designated probably second to accept this report to transfer the funds. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Abstain.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nera.
Yes.
Nina. Yes. Ferrer.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Abstain.
Bathurst.
Yes. Tab 7, awards and contracts report.
Move tab 7.
Second.
Is it moved upon the second to accept the awards and contract report? Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nera.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Ferrer.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Abstain.
Bathurst.
Yes. Tab 7A, supplemental awards and contract report.
Move tab 7.
Second. Is it moved upon the second to accept the supplemental award of contracts report? Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nera.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Ferrer.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Bathurst.
Yes. Tab 8. I'm going to ask Vice President Maria Cavallo to review the minutes from the School Properties Committee that was on August 3rd, 2016.
Thank you. The School Properties Committee met on August 3rd, 2016. The committee reviewed various items, including the possible dates for the dedication ceremony for the Elizabeth High School Frank J. Ciccarelli Academy, the 100-year celebration for school number 16, the dedication ceremony for the Academy of Finance, and the Kellogg commemorative plaque for school number 8.
Committee also discussed the options for our team members as it related to parking in preparation for the opening of the new school year. Lastly, Mr. Cotto, Director of Plant Property, reviewed the status of all projects completed during the past summer, and that included 25 out of 30 items were complete. These items represented requests made by the principals to improve and repair their school facilities. These projects totaled $1,385,647. Mr. Cotto also advised on the cost of potential future projects relating to the facilities at the high school and the status of the lead testing. Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, we have Commissioner standing on with the Education Merit Committee that was held on August 4th, August 9th, and August 11th.
Thank you, Madam President. The Education Management Committee met on August 4th, 9th, and 11th. The superintendent presented the reorganization plan, which was approved tonight. Thank you.
And lastly, I'm going to have Commissioner Jose Rodriguez read the Special Education Committee report from August 10th.
Thank you. The Special Education Committee met on August 10th, 2016. Dr. Dorothy McMillan discussed high school outcomes and graduation rates of our special needs students. Discussion included the proposed strategies to increase the percentage of students graduating on time. In addition, the committee was briefed on the status of a legal matter. Thank you.
Thank you. Tab 9, summary claim list.
Move the report.
Second.
Is it moving on the second to accept the summary claim list? Any comments or questions?
Yes, just a question. Elizabeth Gas Company, for heating, second page, fourth and fifth from the bottom. Just wondering if that was a billing issue that we're paying for heat in August. 26,000, I'm sorry?
It's labeled as heat, but it's gas.
Thank you.
What it does is the claim list pulls the account description from our appropriation system, and that account is called heat, but it's gas.
Thank you for the clarification.
Any other comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nara.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes, with the no to the item
6. Rodriguez.
Stay.
Trujillo.
No.
Battles.
Yes. Tab 10, resolution for alternative high school agreement between Elizabeth Board of Education and the Union County Education Service Commission.
Move the resolution.
Second. It's been moved on the second to accept the resolution. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nara.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Battles.
Yes. Tab 10A, resolution approving form of renewal contract between Board of Education and Central Poly Corporation.
Move 10A.
Second.
Is it moved on the second to accept the resolution? Any comments or questions?
I do have a question. What type of paper do they provide? Towels?
Towels and toilet.
And we can see if they have a better toilet paper? I'm serious. We've been complaining about this for 6 years. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Amin. Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nara.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
No.
Bad.
Tab 10D resolution.
Move the resolution. Madam President, I would like to see,
Yes,
I would like to request if we can please
I'd like to request to table this resolution to go over a couple of questions regarding the selection of the parents for the CPAC.
Second.
Is it moving probably second to table, you want the whole thing or just that first resolution?
I think we would have to table the whole thing. I'm not sure if we can table just a subsection of the entire policy, so.
Is it moving probably second to table tab 10D, roll call please?
Thank you, Mr. Pereira. Finally, a qualified parent of special needs should be on that committee.
The board could table the second reading and vote for adoption of the special CPAC regulation and pass the other policies.
So we can table one policy,
So we would table,
One by one.
Yes.
we would table 1221R.
Yeah, the second reading of 1221R regulation for CPAC. And the second reading of 4211 recruitment, selection and hiring. 6114 suspension and expulsion. 6171.6 independent educational evaluations. And then there's a resolution for adoption. You could adopt the 3 policies and
All right, so I'll amend my motion was able to table only the second reading for
Policy 1221R.
Second. We already voted, it was already, the motion made and it was second already. We can just.
so that was for the entire pack.
The whole thing is still being over. I just voted on it.
no, we didn't vote.
We didn't do roll call.
So I don't know, are we supposed to vote no first before, since you seconded it?
I mean, I don't think it really matters. You want to table the whole thing and.
I just wanted to table the 1221R. If the other policies, I don't have any issue with those. I mean, it's up to you guys. However the process needs to go. I'm not sure if there's a Robert's rules of order. I mean, if everybody's okay with just tabling 1221R, that's the only one that I have to do.
As I understand it, we have a motion and a second to table the whole thing.
Can't be.
Right. I believe that we should, no further discussion, we should vote on that motion in one way or the other, and then decide what we want to do after we see the result of that vote.
Okay, Mr. Kennedy, roll call on tabling the entire.
Yes.
About
Yes.
Gonzalez. Nera.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes on 1221R, no on the others.
Bad.
Yes. Tab 10C, resolution approving form of contract between Board of Education and Maximum Quality Foods Incorporated.
Move 10C.
Second. Is it moved properly second to accept this resolution? Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Cabral.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nera.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Bad.
Yes. Tab 10D, amendment schedule of board meetings.
Move 10D.
Second.
Is it moved properly second to accept the resolution? Any comments or questions?
What are we changing now? I know we changed this meeting, right? September meeting, what was that? Originally scheduled? September 18th.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Roll call please.
Yes.
Cabral.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nera.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Bath.
Tab 10E, appointment of assistant superintendent of teaching and learning.
Move 10E.
Second. Is it moved and second to accept this resolution? Any comments or questions?
Can I ask what we're doing here then? With this resolution, I thought we did this. What's the reason for another resolution?
We never voted to change the title.
To change you change the interim, you're saying? Remove the interim?
This appoints the assistant superintendent of teaching and learning.
Okay, so we're removing the interim title, is that what we're saying? Didn't we do that last one?
No.
Roll call, please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nera.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Bath.
Tab 10F, approving the form of contract between Board of Education and Optimum Environmental Solutions, LLC.
Move 10F.
Second. Is it moved on second to accept this resolution? Any comments or questions?
Yes, I'm sorry. Just wanted to see, what is this in reference to? It looked like it was is it a testing scenario or is it a repair scenario that they were doing?
I understood the removal of asbestos. There's asbestos in school center about some water pipes.
Yes, removal of asbestos so that they can repair the pipes and.
Are these CE pipes or what are they? What kind of pipes are these?
Yeah, the conduit pipes.
Okay. So the ones that were coming out all the
Is this on any like because of active testing of water and that's found or what was that?
No, this is a repair.
Just normal repairs that was planned by plan properties.
Yeah, prevented. There's nothing. The pipes are working fine. This is prevented an infusion from.
Okay. Gotcha.
Roll call.
Amin. Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nera.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Bath.
Yes. Tab 10G, payment for unused sick days.
Move 10G.
Second. Is moved upon second to accept the resolution. Any comments or questions?
Do we have a total of this whole thing? It looks like a lot of money.
I don't have a total.
Roll call, please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nera.
Yes.
Nina.
Abstain.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Bath.
Yes. Tab 10H, payment for unused vacation days.
Move 10H.
Second.
Is the moved upon second to accept 10H. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nera.
Yes.
Nina.
Abstain.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Bath.
Yes. Tab 10J, approval annual extension of existing student transportation contracts qualifying for renewal pursuant to NJSA 18A 39-3A and NJA C 6A 27-2.1.
Do we skip 10I?
Yeah.
Move 10J.
Yes.
Second?
Is it moving properly second to accept 10J? Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Abstain.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nero.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
No.
Baptist.
Yes. Item 10I was removed from the packet. Proceeding into the next word.
I'm sorry.
It was removed from the packet.
Can I?
Yes.
It's off the agenda.
Yeah.
Okay. I still had it on my agenda.
Mr. Kennedy, at this time, we can just take this through.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but are we able to do that? Or we just move an item without moving it? Or we just take it off the agenda?
It can be pulled from the agenda, yes.
Okay.
Mr. Kennedy, will you just take us through the rest of the agenda, please?
Sure, thank you. Have a resolution for appointment of substitute staffing services.
Resolution? Second.
Is it moving properly second to accept the staffing company? Any comments or questions?
Yes. Madam President, this is a source for teachers. It's my understanding we're going to be hiring them for a 6-month period instead of the full year. It's also my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, that we will be going out for bidding again to see if we can find another vendor in the same space to provide the service. I don't know why we're doing that. I'm going to assume that it's to save money. I know that Source for Teachers, when we brought them on originally, was a very heated topic. People had a lot of concerns about that. It seems like now those concerns have either disappeared or have been satisfied, and that isn't the case anymore. I'm guessing the superintendent is satisfied with the services provided by Source for Teachers because you're making this recommendation. When will this RFP be ready? If it's not ready, how long will it be out there for? And when can we expect another, if we're going to get another recommendation?
Yes, Mr. Nero.
Commissioner Trujillo, you're right. When this issue did come up maybe a year and a half ago, somewhat, we had a lot of concerns. I believe those concerns still exist. And we're following the bidding process to secure the best possible bid we can find with a staffing agency that can provide us with the substitute teachers. So I believe, from what I've been advised, that the 6-month contract will be for us to properly vet more companies that can provide us the services and find out other companies that can match the rates that Source for Teachers is currently charging. Right now, I believe they are the lowest bidder, so that is where we're at this point. But I believe those concerns have not disappeared. We still have some major concerns, and we'll be making sure that we, I hope that I encourage our commissioners, our administration to properly evaluate the organization to make sure that they provide us with the adequate services that's necessary. So, just as a correction, and I speak for myself as a commissioner, those concerns are not gone. They haven't disappeared. They still have the same concerns that I had when we first brought them on. And that was based on research and, just basically looking at the scope of services they provided throughout the state.
Madam President, I would just like to state that I'm still very concerned. I'm still not satisfied with the work that Source for Teachers is providing in the district, but we're here to do the work that needs to be done for the children in the city of Elizabeth, and we can't paralyze our district. So this is the best option right now so that we can find a better company or work with this company so that they can give us better service.
How about go back to the way things were before?
What's the RFP? Is the RFP going to be drafted in a different manner than what it was for the bid that we currently did, based on what's the difference going to be?
Thank you, Commissioner, because that is really the question for everyone to consider right now. We did a procurement. We did it under a professional service exception to public bidding. And we got proposals in from a number of companies. By going through that process, we learned a few things. One is that there are a significant number of providers available if they have sufficient time to review and examine the district in order to see what kind of proposal they can put together. We also learned that there are different pools of substitute teachers available. Substitute teachers right now is using a significant number of people who are substitute teachers certificated. They live in the city of Elizabeth. That's a consideration. So what we want to do is, and Source for Teachers recognizes that the procurement is for a full year. They have agreed to limit the contract for 6 months. They recognize that we're going to immediately prepare a new RFP with modifications as you've inquired about, which will allow us to obtain a lot of additional information from providers, which will allow us to properly evaluate the situation and see if there's a way to improve not only on price, but on the quality of services that a lot of people are asking about. And it's for that reason that there are 2 resolutions before you tonight. 1, approving the 6-month contract. 2, approving an immediate competitive contracting process, which we will follow and which will be an RFP which will go out in very short order.
Also, we'd love to go back to the system that we had originally. However, after evaluating and looking at costs, it would be almost impossible to go back to that due to healthcare restrictions and having provided healthcare for substitute teachers. So it would be a major challenge if we did go back to the system that we did have. And I know that at the time the decision was made, that it was a lot of the consent of the board was to stay with the plan that we had because, school teachers or principals and each individual school building's administration has a better feel on their substitutes and who they want in the buildings. It's a better vetting process. The old school way, however, due to changing times, legislation, and laws, and having to provide health care for your employees after they work a certain amount of hours becomes a major budgetary issue. And, looking at what's happening, the trend of what our current governor is proposing could even be a bigger catastrophic issue when it comes to school budgets. So there's a lot of challenges there. I think we are facing a lot of challenging times when it comes to trying to satisfy the needs of everyone and the employees, especially when it comes to this issue of providing substitutes. And I really hope that this doesn't impact other services that we have. And we hope that we can stay with what we have now and it doesn't have to split.
I think if we're going to use them also for the next 6 months, we should probably also go over some of the processes that are being used today to call out or the timelines that are being used to call for a substitute, because the major concern that I've gotten from when I visit schools is the fact that the people show up late. So they're either not coming, they're either not being called at a timely manner, so they can actually make it to work at a time, or the system itself is not working properly, whether it be social teachers, whether it be the schools, whether it be people not understanding how the system works. So I don't know if it's a training situation that needs to be done at a district level for staff members that do that portion of the work.
Well, I'm employing administration to really hold these agencies accountable, because they they present you with a great presentation of their technology and how they can reach out to teachers and And I would take the easier system to principals and secretaries to reach out to the service that they need to vet out the substitutes. So I think we really need to hold them accountable and make sure that the service that they're saying they're providing, they're actually providing, and also establishing a cap on what they can charge that we don't be able to charge the district. So a lot of measures have to be taken, and it's something that we really cannot take lightly. It's something that we're going to be watching, the public's going to be watching, and we got to make sure that the best service is provided to our school children in the schools and that they're safe. That the people coming in have been properly vetted and all background checks have been done and so forth and so on. Because these are the issues that you hear about often.
So I have a clear understanding, Mr. Mayor, to answer my question. You now support swords for teachers? You're telling me to support this? You would encourage me to support this resolution?
I'm not in support of, I'm not for or against social teachers right now at this point. We cannot cripple the district and not have substitutes. So we need substitutes, so we need an agency that's going to facilitate it. Right now, social teachers is that agency until we can find one that can better service us. That's what we're going to do.
So you're going to support this resolution?
We have to support the resolution. We have substitute teachers. So if you don't support it, you don't have substitute teachers.
I'm just curious.
But I understand. I still understand that I still have big concerns. So it's not a matter of whether I like substitute teachers or not. It's a matter of whether or not our schools are going to have substitute teachers. We don't have another option right now. Until we find another option, this is the only choice that we have.
We had these concerns previously, and you didn't support them before. The concerns haven't changed. That was my original argument. These concerns still happen. Have they dissipated? Obviously not. You told me you still have them. Originally, you didn't support it because you had these concerns. So the concerns are still there. You just changed your position on them. You're willing to support them now.
I'm not telling you that position. I'm telling you that we need substitute teachers within the schools.
There's always been substitute teachers, right?
Okay, so that's it.
That's why we hire them to begin with. Nothing's new. We hire them to begin with because the law changed and under the Affordable Care Act, we couldn't afford to provide the insurance for 30-hour employees. That hasn't changed. It's been the same since we contracted originally with sorts of teachers. Those were the concerns we all had then. But you have changed your position since. You understand now.
But I don't believe that at the time when that decision was being made, it was a process of how it was established, that contract was established. It wasn't established with a clear understanding that we were going to go into contract. So I had a lot of questions that couldn't be answered at the time. And at this point, I've asked all the questions that I need to ask. And I understand this is the only situation, this is the only option that we had. But at the time that we made the decision, absolutely, I was against it because it wasn't clear to me. We were going into negotiations. That's what was told to us, that we go into negotiations. When I came back to another board meeting, I was told we were in contract. So please don't manipulate what my opinion was or what my decision was at the time. I was looking for clarification, and I believe that at the time I was not I was in the minority of the board, and that wasn't being afforded to me the opportunity to, ask the questions that I needed to ask. At this point in time, I've asked all the questions I need to ask, and you have asked all the questions you needed to ask, and we're at this situation that we're at right now. This is a crossroads, and legal has assured us that our council has assured us that we're not going to go into a 4-year contract with social teachers. We're going to still vet out other agencies, and they have a cap. And once they reach that cap, we can then start to look. I believe immediately the RFP will then be reissued.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nera.
Yes.
Nina. Yes. Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
No.
Trujillo.
No.
Battles.
Yes.
Second, related resolution authorizing competitive contracting for substitute staffing services.
Move the resolution.
Second.
It's moved and properly second to accept the competitive contract resolution. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Abstain.
Carvalho.
Absolutely yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nero.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Abstain.
Bathurst.
Yes.
Resolution for settlement agreement, KV.
Move the resolution.
Second. It's been moved and properly second to accept the settlement for KV. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nero.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Bathurst.
Yes.
Resolution for settlement agreement, CV.
Move the resolution.
Second. It's moved and properly second to accept the settlement for CV. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nero.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Bathurst.
Yes.
Resolution for settlement agreement, HR.
Move the settlement agreement.
Second. It's been moved and properly second to accept the settlement agreement for HR. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nero.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Bathurst.
Yes.
Resolution settlement agreement, CR.
Move the resolution.
Second. It's been moved and properly second to accept the settlement for CR. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nero.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Bathurst.
Yes.
Settlement agreement, NP resolution.
Move the settlement agreement.
Second. It's moved and properly second to accept the settlement agreement for NP. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nero.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Bathurst.
Yes.
Excuse me. resolution for the settlement agreement NO.
Move the settlement agreement.
Second.
This is moving on the second to accept the settlement agreement for NO. Any comments, questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nero.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Baptist.
Yes.
Resolution for increment withholding, PM.
Move the resolution.
Second.
Ms. Moore,
It's been moved on second to accept the increment withholding for PF,
M.
PM, LN,
PM. Roll call.
PM, roll call.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nero.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Baptist.
Yes.
Resolution for increment withholding, BN.
Move the resolution.
Second.
It's moved on second to accept the resolution for increment withholding for PN. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nero.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Baptist.
Yes.
Resolution for increment withholding, AR.
Move the resolution.
Second.
It's moved on second to accept the resolution for increment withholding for AR. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nero.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Baptist.
Yes.
We have a resolution for the appointment of special counsel, law firm of Colucci and Smiths.
Move the resolution.
Second.
It's moved on second to accept the new law firm. Any comments or questions?
Yes, Madam President.
Yes.
We're adding another law firm.
That's what I'm saying.
Are you okay with that, Mr. Rodriguez? We're gonna add another law firm?
That's right.
Yes.
Okay. Just checking.
Any other comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nero.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Abstain.
Trujillo.
I'm gonna abstain too.
Baptist.
Yes.
Resolution for settlement of workers' comp, LHS.
Move the resolution.
It's been moved on second to accept the resolution on workers' compensation for LHS. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nero.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Baptist.
Yes.
Resolution for settlement of workers' comp, LS.
Move the resolution.
Second.
It's been moved on second to accept the resolution for workers' compensation for LS. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nara.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Bathurst.
Yes.
Resolution for settlement of workers' comp. LN.
Second. It's moved and properly second to accept the resolution for workers' compensation for LM. Any comments, questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nara.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Bathurst.
Yes.
Settlement of workers' comp claim CK.
Move the resolution. Second.
It's moved and properly second to accept the resolution for the workers' compensation for person K. CK. Any comments, questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nara.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Bathurst.
Yes.
Settlement of workers' comp claim NB.
Move the resolution.
Second.
It's moved and properly second for workers' compensation for
NB.
Any comments, questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nara.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Bathurst.
Yes.
Madam President, we need to get it returned to the private session because we have settled matter that needs to be discussed.
But did you do KG and PS for workers' compensation? Okay, so.
Don't know who those are.
All right. The President requests a motion to go into private session to discuss legal matters, specifically special education, AHA, and AB.
Make a motion to go to private.
Second.
Is it moving properly second to go into private? Roll call please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez. Nara.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yep.
Bathurst.
Yes. We're just gonna go right here, please. If you could just turn your microphone off.
Well, I never did a huddle. I like this.
Thanks so much.
Motion to go back into public? Second.
It's been moved and properly second to go back into motion roll call, please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez. Nero.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez. Trujillo.
Yes.
Yes.
Resolution for a settlement agreement, AH.
Move the resolution.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second to accept the resolution for person AH. Any questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nero.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Yes.
And the settlement agreement, AE.
Move the resolution. Second.
It's been moved and properly second to accept the resolution for person AD. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Amin.
Yes.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nero.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Yes.
That concludes the agenda.
At this time, we have any old business?
Yes, Madam President.
Yes.
I'd like to remove from the table designation of depositories for school funds.
Second. It's moved and properly second to remove the, I don't have it in to remove the designation of depository for school funds on the table and to vote on it. Any comments or questions?
What is actually the voting on? I'm sorry, I don't have a copy of that.
To add popular community bank as one of our designations or school funds.
Which bank?
Popular community bank.
Where are they located?
It was there. Any other comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Amin.
Abstaining.
Carvalho.
This is just to remove.
Yes.
Put it back on. Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nero.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Yes. Resolution, designation of depository for school funds to add popular community bank to our listing.
I just, Mr. Kenny, what will they actually be handling?
They're just an authorized depository at this point.
Do we intend to deposit anything with them? Is there something that you intend to?
Just another means of getting competitive interest rates.
On what money?
excess funds that we have available to deposit.
Explain that.
Money that, that comes in and is left over each month, from operations. We have the ability to deposit in the best, wherever we get the best interest.
So the state sends us, cuts us checks?
No, just our cash balance each month. So it's parking that in a place that gives us the best interest.
Thank you.
Move the resolution.
Second.
Is it moved on the second to accept the resolution? Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call please.
Amin.
Abstain.
Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nero.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Abstain.
Bathurst.
Yes. Any other old business? Seeing none, any new business?
Madam President, I just want to follow up on Mr. Williams' comment on it. I spoke to him earlier about it. The water testing, we were here last month and we spoke about that, and the testing was going on. It's my understanding Mr. Bodo isn't here, and he's enjoying the cruise. I'm probably going to get the water there either. But I just want to know where we are with that. What are the testing, what are anything you can share with us, initial results, doing. So I believe the 24th is when the testing is going to end.
Mr. Koto presented an update at the school properties committee meeting, providing the committee with information with regard to the testing that was still, they're still finalizing the testing, and the results will probably not be available until beginning of September, if I recall correctly.
Okay. Then we go to my original concern, and I know something you and I may disagree on. Can we put in a provision where we're at least giving the children bottled water till we know that there are no problems? I'm confident that they won't be, because many of our buildings are newer, and I'm confident that we've had this in the past, it has occurred, and since testing, the actual results will take so long, which is fine. I want them to test it properly, I want it all to be done the way it's supposed to be done, but I just want to make sure that we can open the school year, and this is not going to be a problem, again, where parents are concerned about the drinking water within the district. If we offer them bottled water, it would probably go a long way in stemming those concerns.
Certainly, it's a policy decision on the part of the board as a whole, whether or not to offer bottled water. I can tell you that Mr. Cotto has reported that there are very few negative test results in the schools, and that he will take corrective action to the use of filters and other corrective actions which he intends to implement. I don't want to speak for him, and I know that he's available to speak to the board and the rest of the board probably no later than the next meeting of the board, which I think is still going to be in August, maybe August 25th or so. The bottom line is, it's a policy decision. If you want to do something about bottled water, you want to spend the money for that, you certainly can. But I will tell you that based on my discussions with him and the report that we gave to the committee, there's going to be safe drinking water in all of the schools before school opens. I would not make a statement like that without having received that information directly from him.
Okay, that's good to know. And then I guess if we are going to have another meeting, did you say the 25th? Okay. On or about, I'm guessing that hasn't been posted yet? Is that a schedule? I just looked at it. Okay, so that we anticipate a meeting around the 25th, and Mr. Cotto should be available by then, and we hope that he has good news, and he's going to reiterate what Mr. Williams just said, that the drinking water will be safe, and that our staff and children will be returning to school and have adequate drinking water.
And a plan, test results come up and say it's a certain fixture needs to be remediated, we have that plan in place.
Okay, so you're right, Mr. Williams, I understand my role here as a board member, and I really speak for myself. I don't intend to speak for the board. My concern is the superintendent, and my recommendation and request is that she consider this as an option. Should Mr. Porter come back and say that there are problems that need to be remediated, or that further testing may be required in certain areas, so that we can at least avoid the panic and concerns of the parents. I know money is an issue. I'm not naive to the fact, but I think that we have an obligation to the residents and to their children to spend that money need be if it's bringing in bottled water. I mean, whatever that case may be, I think would be in our right. I don't think anyone here would not support spending money to ensure that.
We'll be sure to ask Mr. Cotto to provide that data on the 25th and review that with the board. We'll ensure that he impresses upon the company the points of having it available so that we're able to review that before they open the schools.
My other concern in reference to this is the fact that we did go through the process that we've been going back and forth about, which I didn't agree, and we've gotten to this point where we still aren't ready to say for sure that the drinking water was good. And although I can't ensure or I can't predict, and neither can any, I don't believe any of you can, that there were children and staff potentially exposed during the summer months in some of these buildings, should it come back that some of these fountains had a problem. And we did not remediate during the summer. And my concern is that if that is in fact true, that is going to put us at a possible liability with people saying that we didn't do enough.
Madam President, if we are to have like a fail-safe, like a security set for the bottled water, at least should we go out and start trying to find out what that will cost in case that even happens? Should there be an RFP or some sort of process bidding for whatever that purchase would be or would look like?
We have a contract now that we can purchase bottled water. It's just, there's a cost involved.
And that's the cheapest vendor, right? I guess
it was consulted.
Again, as stated, our next special board meeting will be August 25th at 6:30 here at this location. I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second?
Is it really not a second to adjourn? Roll call, please.
Yes. Carvalho.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Nera.
Yes.
Nina.
Yes.
Pereira.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trujillo.
Yes.
Passes.
Yes, meeting adjourned.